Good afternoon and welcome to Dell Diamond in Round Rock, Texas, as OKC Comets baseball is on the air here on 1340 The Game, 1340thegame.com, or on the iHeartRadio app. Daniel Voles here at Dell Diamond in Round Rock, Texas. We'll be joined by Senor Sean in just a minute. Producer and engineer back in Oklahoma City is the YouTuber Comets in the Express, finishing up a 6-game series. And the final meeting here at Dell Diamond, Comets come into this game at 28-16. The Express at 24-20. Bobby Miller will get the start for the Comets. He's 2-1 with a 2.17 earned run average. It'll be Winston Santos, who will be the starter for the Express. 1-4 record, a 4.87 earned run average. Our first pitch will begin momentarily at 1:05. Los Angeles Dodgers had some news today as far as the transactions. If you saw at the end of the post-game report yesterday, Cody Hosey was sent down from AAA from the Comets to AA Tulsa. We'll see how this will affect the series finale. Joe Hudson was promoted from AA or High A Great Lakes to Oklahoma City. Samuel Munoz goes from AA Tulsa to High A Great Lakes. And we will see how today's game will go. We're going to get your starting lineups in just a second as we're going to get loaded into today's game between the Comets and the E-Train. As the Comets and the E-Train, there's your lineups, and there is everything. We'll get your lineups, and we have Senor Sean joining us in a second.
Welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. We bring you AAA baseball from the Pacific Coast.
And speaking of Sean, he's in the
Oklahoma City
Twitch chat.
And the Round Rock Express.
Time for your starting lineups, brought to you by H&H Shooting Sports. For the Comets, Josue De Paula, the center fielder, will lead it off. Aaron Bruncho, the switch-hitting second baseman, bats second. David Bodie, the third baseman, who's batting right, will bat third. Ryan Ward, the left fielder, will bat fourth. Joe Hudson, the DH, will bat fifth. Armando Alvarez, the shortstop, will bat sixth. Nick Bibinson, the right fielder, will bat seventh. Hunter Fiducia, the catcher, will bat eighth. And Chris Aline, the left fielder, will bat ninth. Starting for the Comets is Bobby Miller. As I said, a two-run record with a 2.17 earned run average. For the Round Rock Express, Dustin Harris, the third baseman, will lead it off. Trevor Hauver, the right fielder, will bat second. Nick Ahmed, the shortstop, will bat third, with Justin Foscue, the second baseman, batting fourth. Alan Trejo, the DH, will bat fifth. Aaron Zavala, the left fielder, will bat sixth. Josh Hatcher, the first baseman, bats seventh. Kevin Pillar, the center fielder, batting eighth. Tucker Barnhart, the catcher, batting ninth. Starting pitcher for the Express is Winston Santos with a 1-4 record with a 4.87 earned run average. Comets and the Express finishing up not just a 6-game series, they are finishing up the final meeting between these two teams here at Dell Diamond. The next time these two teams will be at Dell Diamond this year. Next time these two teams will meet will be in Oklahoma City for the final series meeting of the year. Comets, no matter what happens today, like I talked about last night, will win the series against the Express. But it is still a close series, and I bet you anything can happen in Oklahoma City the next time these two teams meet in that time frame. Comets will head home to face against Sacramento, then Las Vegas and Reno. Round Rock, I'm not sure who they will face off on Tuesday. As I welcome Senor Sean joining us in the booth. Surprisingly, he has made it before first pitch, which is an A+ for him. Beautiful day here. Go ahead, Sean.
Hey, it's good to finally be here. And hey, final game of the series. Even though it's a difficult run here for the Express, Comets have been on top shape here, which is why they're still leading this whole division.
Yeah, it is 88 degrees here at Round Rock. Clear skies, winds blowing from right to left at 8 miles an hour. Dave Lawrence is the home plate umpire with Ricky Holiday, Darryl Parker, and Matthew Ross at first, second, and third. Express snapped the 5-game losing streak yesterday as they defeated the Comets by a final score of 9-3.
Well, you can stick me in a...
As I am going to shut up the announcer so I can just go ahead and commentate.
Yes, we need to...
Ben Gilman, no offense to you, bud. There's Winston Santos. He's the starter. This is his 9th game, 1-4 record with a 4.87 earned run average. Coming off a tough game against the Chihuahuas in El Paso. As you look at his ERA, 30 strikeouts. His walk percentage is right around 8, 16.7 strikeout rating. As here comes Josue de Paula. 305 average, 8 homers, 18 RBIs. He's batting left. And the first pitch of the afternoon from Santos. Here it comes, and it is a foul ball. We are underway here at 1:05 Central Time. Final meeting between these two teams here at Dell Diamond. And that is for ball 1.
It really is a thing for the Comets here. It's just, hey, let's try to extend this division series lead. While for the Express, it's at least to not feel more shameful of losing this series by a bunch of games.
Yeah. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Santos gets Paula to strike out to start off today's game. Here comes Aaron Broncho up at the plate. 260 average. That's a tongue twister. That's called for a strike. 260 average, 6 homers, 17 RBIs. He's the switch hitter batting left. Last night, Round Rock with 9 runs, 11 hits, no errors. The Comets with 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors in the loss.
That's a ball.
As that is high for ball 1.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Comets had a lot of walks. Had I think 7 or 8 walks as that swung on and missed for strike 2. So pitching staff really had a horrible game. Comets led 3-2 before the Express exploded as that's outside for ball 2. Exploded for 3 runs in the 5th, 3 runs in the 6th to put the game away and win 9-3 to snap a 5-game losing streak. As here's a ground ball that's fouled away. And I bet you, senor, you were pretty happy when they won 9-3. Coincidence? Good for you.
Coincidence? I think not.
That's a pop-up. Here comes the shortstop. He'll make the catch, and there's 2 away here in the first. That was Nick Ahmed, who, by the way, got it started last night. It's David Bodie, 250 average, 7 homers, 12 RBIs. Batting left. Of course, I talked about this last night with now Dalton Rushing being selected and called up to the Dodgers. Hunter Fiducia being the only catcher last night. They were short-handed on players last night for the Comets. But good thing is that swung on a miss for a slider for strike 2. Some reinforcements came from AA Tulsa and High Great Lakes. So at least the Comets will be okay as it's down low for ball 1.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count.
1-2 for Santos. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The Comets down in order. We go to the bottom of the first inning. It is no score. The E-Train will be up. Bobby Miller, who pitched a very good game on Tuesday, the starter for the Comets. I'll go over the jerseys in just a second. Don't worry. His 9th start, 2-1 record, 49 2/3 of an inning, 2.17 ERA, 58 strikeouts, 3% walk rating, so at least he's been doing good this season. Here's the thing, he's only had 5 no decisions this season, believe it. As Dustin Harris is up, 263 average, 4 homers, 16 RBIs. He's batting left. Miller's first pitch of the day is called for a strike. Comets in their gray jerseys today, OKC in diagonal letters, OK with dark blue letters with a light blue outline, a Comet C on the left side, red numbers on the front right, white, blue numbers on the back, as that's a ground ball to Broncho over the first for the first out of the bottom of the first. Back to the jerseys, gray pants, blue hats, light blue brims, a baseball hitting or bat hitting the Comets C on the front. 277 average for Trevor Halver, 4 homers, 29 RBIs. He's batting left. Miller's first pitch of the day, to him, is called for a strike. Round Rock in their home whites, express across the front in Navy script letters. On one of their sleeves has the 25th anniversary logo, which I didn't talk about that. In any of the first two series until just now, they also have the Texas Rangers on the other sleeve. Red numbers on the front left, red numbers on the back, Navy letters on the back, white pants, Navy hats and brims.
Very good detail on their clothing, huh?
Yes, and that is now a base hit for the Express, so the Express pick up right where they left off last night with the hits. Comets had 3 runs on 4 hits, but other than that, that was it, as the Express pitching staff retired, put up zeros the rest of the ways. This is Nick Ahmed, 295 average, 2 homers, 9 RBIs, batting right. Miller's first pitch, or next pitch for Bobby Miller. Low ball 2. With the loss last night, the Comets have now lost their 5th game here at Dell Diamond. With that, or no, I'm sorry, their 4th loss. In danger of a 5th loss here at Dell Diamond.
Which would still be a good record on the Comets no matter what happens today.
Yeah. No matter what happens, Comets will either take 5 out of 6 or 4 out of 6. In that regard, of course, Comets will head home as here's a ground ball to center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And now early trouble for Bobby Miller, as now that brings up the dangerous Justin Foscue.
Oh boy, this could either be good signs here for the Express or a bad sign for the Comets.
Well, it was a bad sign for Oklahoma City last night as they just got torched.
Yeah, he was one of those sorts of nights that...
There's a fly ball, deep left field. Aline could not get it. It goes all the way to the wall. 1 run has already scored. Here comes the second run. Throw is not in time. It's a 2 RBI double for Justin Foscue. And the E-Train take a 2-0 lead. As soon as you just said that, Sean, the E-Train gets on the board.
I guess when we knew the warning signs came out.
Round Rock will be heading to Charlotte after the series finale today. They will take on the Charlotte Knights. They'll begin that series at 5:35 Central Time.
Ball 1, no strike.
Yep. Alan Trejo, 240 average, 1 homer, 13 RBIs. Batting right. Not the start the Comets were hoping for. I kind of expected that for Round Rock. Here's a fly ball to right field. The right fielder is under it. Will make the catch for the second out. And looks like the runner's going to stay. Foscue's going to stay at second.
Yeah, because of how short that bunt to the right fielder was. That's not going to make you go far.
Here's Sean's new friend, Aaron Zavala, who got called up from AA Frisco. That's called for a strike. Ball 1, down low, ball 1. We talked about with the Express, you know, new players like Aaron Zavala. Don't know what he can bring to the table, but keep an eye on that. Next pitch. That's ball 2.
2-1.
Do nothing Express in the bottom of the first. Sean Art, Dean Duval is here. The YouTuber, our producer and engineer, back in our 1340 studios. Of course, you think about the Express and the Comets. As here's the next pitch. That's outside.
Express and Comets, one of those sorts of rivalries that lives between the two states.
Round Rock really needed the 9 runs, 11 hits, because the night before they had no runs, as here's a fly ball to left field. Left fielder Arlene's got it, makes the catch to end the inning, but not before Round Rock gets 2 runs on 3 hits and a runner left. We head to the second. It's the Express 2, the Comets zilch. I was going to get ready to mention before that third out was made, the Express, who had 9 runs, 11 hits, no errors, as Ryan Ward is up, 224 average, 6 homers, 19 RBIs, batting left. First pitch, fouled away.
Going on about what happened the night before.
The night before, the Comets had only 1 run, 1 hit. That's a season low for them, as that's outside for ball 2. Of course, last night, Express winning 9-3 after getting 1 shutout, 2 no hit by the Comets. As here's a fly ball to right field, and speaking of a hit, that's a base hit for Ryan Ward. That bounces to the wall. Ward will head to second. So there's the first hit of the game for the Comets. The thing is in the video game, Sean and I had to take both of these teams to the principal's office because, well, for I think it was 5 reasons. 1, it was a shutout. 2, they waited till the 10th inning to start scoring. And then Sean had to put both of our teams on the list because we waited till extra innings to start scoring. Number 4, Sean strangled my neck, as here's the first pitch for Joe Hudson is a fly ball to left field, and that's fouled away. Sean strangled my neck after I laughed, teased, made fun of him, and then number 5, we went to the principal's office. Joe Hudson, 200 average, 2 homers, 7 RBIs. He was also a part of the trade.
Now, it's just making me want to beat you up even more.
Joe Hudson, by the way, acquired from Sugarland, the Houston Astros this year. That was his record, his stats between Sugarland and Oklahoma City, and that's a wild pitch. So now that will get the runner to second. So Joe Hudson, swing and a miss, strike 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The count is full.
Outside ball 3, Armando Alvarez on deck. Express didn't have any walks, and as soon as I said that walk, that's the first one today, as that's ball 4, way outside. Express didn't have any issues with walks last night. They had the fewest walks last night.
Bringing things into existence.
Yeah. As here's a fly ball deep left field, but the left fielder is under it to make the catch for the second out. And Ryan Ward's not going to test it as he goes to third.
He would have gotten smoked, probably.
Yeah, and just like what happened with Justin Foscue last night, he tried to go for second, was tagged out after he got a base hit. As Nick Bibinson, who is yet to have an average or homers or an RBIs. Well, to be fair, it is his first couple of games with Oklahoma City, so I'll just give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. Don't be harsh on the guy.
Mm-hmm. That's down low. Runners are not going to advance. Okay. Express last night had the fewest walks. Comets had like 7 walks combined the pitching staff. That's outside ball 2. And that's why they lost last night's game, was on walks. That's, by the way, their first loss since Albuquerque last Friday. That was the last time the Comets lost. And if I'm not mistaken, the last time the Comets lost a road game was, ironically, Round Rock, believe it or not, as that swung on a miss for strike 3.
That is shocking. That's shocking.
Yeah, how fitting. The last road loss for the Comets was, ironically, Round Rock, the team we're playing. Yes. Hunter Fiducia is down low for ball one. 311 average, 3 homers, 5 RBIs for Hunter Fiducia. He's batting left. Next pitch. That's first strike. 2 home runs, 2 RBIs for Hunter Fiducia. As that's fouled away. I know Sean and I have not talked for a bit, because I know we've been busy with our jobs and all that yada yada yada, which is understandable. That too. It's outside ball 2. If I'm Winston Santos, and believe it or not, Winston Santos does have a victory, as that's called for strike 3 to end the inning. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the second. Comets trail 2-0. But what I was going to get ready to say is, the last time Winston Santos faced Oklahoma City was with the when Oklahoma City was still called the Dodgers at the time. He got the long. I think he went 1-1, if I recall. That's Josh Hatcher, 205 average. As I didn't see the stats there. Hate it when the game doesn't let me see the damn stats, please and thank you, would be nice. 205 average, 4 homers, 10 RBIs. Yeah, Winston Santos, I believe, was 1-1 against what was then the Oklahoma City Dodgers at the time, as that swung on a miss for strike 2. But Round Rock had a different field at the time, and not the field we're currently at for MLB 25, as that's called for strike 3. That was right before the 6-game series became a thing, as Kevin Pollard is up. That's before the 6-game series became a thing. As you see the stats there, 263 average, 4 homers, 18 RBIs, batting right for Kevin Pollard. That was before, Memphis, Omaha, Nashville, Iowa went to the International League, as that swung on a miss for strike 2. And that was before we ended up getting, and also Fresno going to single A, and before we have what is now the Sugar Land Spades Cowboys, as that's high for ball 1.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
So that was the last time we've had, that was the last time. That was back in 2020, believe it or not, during the pandemic year, which I know we're not going to bring that up, but unfortunately I had to bring it up anyway. As here's Tucker Barnhart. Swinging a miss on a fastball inside for strike 1. 341 average, 3 homers, 16 RBIs on a 9-game hitting streak, senor.
Wow.
Not too bad for him. Here's the next pitch. Here's a ground ball that's fouled away. The one thing the Comets have not lost is consecutive road games. As that is called for strike 3, the E-Train down in order, but the E-Train still lead 2-0 as we go to the third. Which, by the way, as of this taping, it has happened last night on Thursday when the E-Train walked off the Comets, and that was in real life, by the way. That was not in this, my version of MLB The Show.
Leading off for Oklahoma City.
As Chris Allin is up, 207 average, 2 homers, 4 RBIs, batting left. And that was when the Comets committed an error, and Round Rock ended up walking it off just like that. Swing on that, strike 2.
0-2 is the count.
Oh yeah, and as of this taping, Senor Sean's gonna have to deal with his sister Jessie. There's the first out of the third. Wait, what?
Shut out.
At least he's not at the ballpark. Let's get that clear. Now bring up Josue De Paula, who struck out his first time up. He's batting left. First pitch. Swing and a miss, strike one. Want to wish one of my followers, William Davis, as of this taping, a happy birthday. William Davis went to band camp with me along with his brother Sam, so I want to wish William Davis a happy birthday as of this taping. Next pitch. That's fouled away. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the E-Train. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Comets. As here's a ground ball. Third baseman could not get in. I don't think he's going to make a play. So that will be ruled a base hit for De Paula. So now he is 1 for 2. And now bring up the dangerous switch hitter and Aaron Broncho.
Ready?
Nope.
Got low ball 1. That's the second hit for the Comets today.
1-1.
Aaron Broncho signed from Venezuela, out of Venezuela. Check over the first, and he's back in there safely. That's the first disengagement for the E-Train.
Nope.
That's outside ball 2. I think one of the things, and Sean, you can probably chime in on this, I would like to see, the ABS system, the challenge system, as that's down low for ball 3, David Bodie on deck. I would love to see the challenge system on the next MLB The Show to see if whether or not if you are going to be correct or to keep a challenge or lose a challenge. I would like to see that on next year's game.
That is something that MLB, the show people, the people there at San Diego studios, might want to consider, because I think that would be a good way on showing people the ins and outs of the games.
I think we see it in real life. I don't see why we can't do it in the video game, if you know what I mean, as David Bodie is up high for ball 1. It would make a lot of sense to do that, because then we will explain the audiences, those of you on YouTube, how it works. Because the home plate umpire, as that's a line drive to left field for a base hit, there. Now we'll bring up Ryan Ward, but to finish my point, that will be something I would like to see happen, because, you're going to get some calls wrong and all that, as the first pitch for Ryan Ward is called for a strike on a 4-seam fastball. He doubled his first time up. It's better to have it reviewed, so that way we know if the call is going to be confirmed or overturned. If it's overturned, you get to keep the challenge. If it's confirmed, you lose the challenge. As that's down low for ball 2. It's worked really well in real life, so. Ryan Ward was 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts last night. The crazy thing for Senor Sean and I is here's a ground ball. Nice dive for the second baseman over the first end of the inning. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the third. Nice play for Justin Foscue. It's the Express 2 and the Comets nothing. What's crazy about the final series for Senor Sean and I, when we take on each other for the final time, as Dustin Harris is leading us off here in the bottom of the third, so that's high. 3 RBIs and a triple last night for Harris. He went 1 for 3, as that is fouled away. The interesting thing about the game on June 18th between the Express and the Comets, that's going to be a 12:05 first pitch, so it's like lunchtime. Oh, that's going to be interesting, as that's down low for ball 2. Just throwing that out there for anyone asking.
I got 3 and 2.
It's outside ball 3. Trevor Hauver on deck. Final meeting between these two teams here at Dell Diamond. They'll meet one more time in Oklahoma City.
Got him.
As that's a ground ball over the first for the first down of the third. Oh no, Sean put pineapple on a pizza. Trevor Halver singled his first time up, batting left. Fouled away.
Aye. 0-2.
Miller so far 38 pitches.
3.
That's called for strike 3 on a slider. That looked like ball 1. Albert giving it to the umpire, and I don't blame him. But like I said, I would like to see the challenge system go into play starting next season. Swing and a miss, strike 1 for Nick Ahmed, who singled his first time up. Two nothing Express here in the third. Here's the next pitch. Fouled away.
One ball, 2 strikes.
We have a travel day tomorrow. Comets will head home to host Sacramento, the AAA parent club of the San Francisco Giants.
Nope.
As that's outside for ball 2. Be a 6:05 first pitch on Tuesday, which is $2 Tuesdays. That's swinging a miss, strike 3 to end the third. Nothing for the Express, but they still lead 2-0. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the E-Train. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Comets. Sean Ardinival is here at Dell Diamond in Round Rock, Texas. YouTuber, producer, and engineer back in our 1340 studios here today in Oklahoma City. Joe Hudson walked his first time up, as you see his stats still.
That's a ball.
First pitch is outside.
1-0.
5 RBIs and 3 doubles for Joe Hudson in his last 7 games, but that was with Double-A Tulsa. And that's called for a strike. First time Joe Hudson's played against Round Rock. Can't remember the last time he played. As that's a ground ball. Foscue's got it. Throw to first. He'll be in time for the first out. Armando Alvarez is up. First pitch is down low for Alvarez, who flew out his first time up. Yesterday, Los Angeles Dodgers beat the snot out of the Angels 16-1. As here's a ground ball to left center field. Caught by the shortstop over the first in time for the second out. Dodgers have only given up 1 run in the 2-game series against the Angels, as Nick Bibinson struck out his first time up. Final score yesterday was 16-1 Dodgers. And Sean has already sent me to detention for giving an ass whipping. Here's a fly ball deep left field. It has gone up into the porch area. It's a home run for Bibinson. Welcome to OKC, Nick Bibinson. Your first home run as a Comet. It's now 2-1 Express here in the fourth. Well, that was a big hit he did to left field, and he smashed it right up into the left berm for a home run. 434 feet. Wow. What a shot as Hunter Fiducia's up. Santos' first pitch is outside. Fiducia is 0 for 7. Struck out his first time out. Next pitch. Called for a strike. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts for Fiducia last night. Way outside ball 2. It's outside ball 3. Chris Aline on deck. Next pitch. There's a line drive. That's caught by the shortstop to end the inning, but the Comets get a run on a hit, no errors, and only none left. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's still a 2-1 lead for the Express.
Leading off for the Express, the second baseman,
Justin Foshku is up. RBI double his first time up. Batting right, first pitch. Down low for a strike. It's fouled away.
Ball, that's down.
Down low ball 1. Fouled away.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
It's outside ball 2. Miller's pitch halfway to 100, and here it comes.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Outside ball 3, and Trejo on deck. 3-2. Here's a line drive heading foul, and it's fouled away. There's a pop-up to left field. Aline is going to be under it. A few steps forward will make the catch for the first out of the 4th.
Now back, the designated hitter, Alan Trejo.
Now bring up Alan Trejo, flew up his first time out. Batting right, first pitch. Called for a strike.
0-1.
0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts last night for Alan Trejo. As here's a ground ball, third baseman. Bodie had trouble picking up, but he recovers, throws it over to Ward at first for the second out.
Now batting, the left fielder, Aaron Zavala.
Aaron Zavala flew out his first time up, as I said, from Double-A Frisco. That's fouled away. Second round pick in the 2021 MLB draft for Aaron Zavala. There's a line drive that's going to go foul. 56 pitches for Bobby Miller. 40 of them have been strikes.
Nope, outside.
That's outside ball 1. Next pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, Express down in order. Go to the 5th. Round Rock still leads, now 2-1.
Leading off for
As this will bring up Chris Aline. We'll be halfway through the game after the stop of the 5th. Adrian Hauser, Gerson Gabarito, the pitchers warming up for the Express. Hauser did not come in to pitch last night. Last night there was no save, as that's outside for ball 1. Next pitch. There's a fly ball to left field. Nice catch by the left fielder for the first out of the fifth.
The bat, the center fielder, Josue De Paula.
Josue De Paula, 1 for 2 with a single today. Santos heading that cursive number, and here it comes. That's called for a strike.
Ball,
That's outside, ball 1. Here's a fly ball to right field. Right fielder is going to be under it in foul territory to make the catch for the second out.
The bat, the second baseman, Aaron Bracho.
Yep, that ball went out.
That's ball 1. That was the second out for Broncho. Pop down the first, strikeout in the third. E-Train lead 2-1. Pitch.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss.
1-1.
Strike 1. Supposed to be having a pitching change
Ball
soon.
2.
That's outside, up high for ball 2.
Ball, that pitch is out.
That's ball 3. David Bodie on deck. And that's ball 4. Second walk for the Express here today as the pitching staff. And I'll bring up David Bodie. First pitch fouled away. 18th round pick in the 2012 draft for David Bodie. It's outside for strike 2. That looked like ball 1 to me. I can't wait to have the ABS system in this game next year. There's a fly ball to right field. Right field under it, make the catch to end the inning. No runs, a hit, and a runner left. Halfway through today's game, it is 2-1 Express.
Leading off for the Express, the first baseman.
7, 8, 9 hitters. The bottom order due up. Josh Hatcher struck out his first time up, batting left. This pitch is called first strike on the curve.
Ball.
This pitch is high.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Next pitch. There's a fly ball that will be caught by the shortstopper, and there's the first out of the fifth. I'll bring up Kevin Pollard. There's a line drive. The left field going back, but is De Paula will make the catch in front of the warning track for the second out here in the fifth. Tucker Barnhart struck out his first time out. Could possibly be another 1-2-3 inning for the E-Train. And here's a fly ball to left field. That's going foul. Well, 1, next pitch.
Ball, that's off the plate.
That's outside. Los Angeles Dodgers going to be getting underway against the Los Angeles Angels. Like the Comets, no matter what happens, Dodgers win the series. They look to sweep the Angels As the first baseman, Ward takes it, and E-Train down in order. We go to the 6th. It is still Round Rock 2, the Comets 1.
Now pitching for the Express, number
Adrian Hauser, the new pitcher for the Express.
Hauser.
14th game, no record, 1 hold, 16 ERA, 16 innings pitched, 6.75 ERA. 41 against lefties, 301 against righties. Or 41 against righties, 302 against lefties, I'm sorry. I'll bring up Ryan Ward, 1 for 2 today.
0-1's the count.
Ichi Shaguar and Luis Pervello warming up in the Express bullpen. Double in the 2nd for Ward, ground out in the 3rd. 0-1, next pitch. There's a line drive, that's going to get fouled away.
One ball.
That's outside, ball 1. I want to say thank you guys on Twitch. If you're watching this on Twitch, we hit 50 followers, so we've hit our goal. So we've done it. As here is a line drive, that's a base hit as it gets down, and no throw to 2nd, so a bloop single for Ryan Ward. Now bring up Joe Hudson, the DH. Comets about hit the Express 5-3, but the Express still have a 2-1 lead. That's the problem. There's a ground ball. That's another base hit. So the Comets have something brewing here in the 6th inning. Now bring up Armando Alvarez. I think Sean had to go do something. That's why he hasn't been... He's muted, which is understandable. Out of the way. Flew on the 2nd, ground down the 4th for Alvarez. Here's a ground ball. This should be 2. The throw, the 2nd for 1. Throw the 1st in time for a double play. 2 away. The runner Ward will advance the 3rd. That's called first strike for Bibinson. Struck out in the 2nd, homered in the 4th. That's the only run for the Comets today. Next pitch. Broken back, caught by the pitcher now in the inning. No runs, 2 hits, and a runner left. We go to the bottom of the inning. The Comets still trail 2-1. They've had so many chances to get something going. They just cannot get anything going as a result. As Dustin Harris is up. Ground out in the 1st, strikeout in the 3rd.
Ball 1.
That's a ground ball over the 1st for the 1st out.
Now batting, right fielder, Trevor Hopper.
Hey!
Ground ball over the 1st for the 2nd out for the Express. So despite the Comets out hitting the Express, the hits is not the issue. It's the runs that's the issue. As Nick Ahmed is up. Single the first, struck out the third for Nick Ahmed. First pitch, inside ball one. 71st pitch for Miller. Here it comes. That's outside on a curve. That's a fly ball, and the E-Train down in order, but still have a 2-1 lead as we head to the 7th. $2-3-0 for the E-Train, 1-6-0 for the Comets. Sean Ardinival is here at Del Diamond, the YouTuber, our producer, and engineer, back in our 1340 studios today. Hunter Fiducia struck out in the second, line down the fourth. Chris Allen, Josue de Paula, the due up for the Comets in this inning. Adrian Hauser will remain in the game. As here's a ground ball over the first, one away in the 7th.
The left fielder, number 30, Chris O'Leary.
I'll bring up Chris Allen.
Ball.
That's a ball one. Comets have had so many chances to try to tie this game up or take the lead, but to no prevail. It's a fly ball to left field. The left fielder is going to be under it for the second out.
Now batting, the center fielder, Josue de Paula.
Josue de Paula 1 for 3. Struck out in the first, single in the third, flew out in the fifth. That's fouled away. Oh, 1. Here's a line drive to center field, and the center fielder cannot make the catch. Here comes the throw to second. He's in time. That will end the inning. I don't understand why he went to second. Did the same thing what happened to Justin Foscue, where he got caught stealing, and that will end the inning. No runs a hit, none left. It's time to stretch and sing in Round Rock. Express still lead at 2-1. Justin Foscue is up. Bobby Miller back out on the mound. First pitch. Called for a strike. Luis Garcia, Zach Jackson warming up in the Comets bullpen. That's above the Express bullpen. Swing on that, strike 2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Next pitch is fouled away. E-Train has not had a hit in a while.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
They haven't had a hit in the since the first. They haven't had a hit since the first. They've gone 6 innings without a hit.
That's ball 2.
Ball 2.
2-2 the count.
Next pitch.
3-2.
Down low, ball 3. Alan Trail on deck. That's fouled. That's a ground ball. Attack the runner and get the first out of the 7th.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Alan Trejo.
Alan Trejo up 0 for 2 today. Flew out in the 1st, ran out in the 4th. First pitch from Miller, down low, ball 1.
That's out.
It's high, ball 2. It's called for a strike. Sean Art and I will get ready to do score checks. Swinging at strike 2 after this game is over and our post-game report is done. Will you cut that out? We are not starting the will you cut that out? 2-2 to count. Next pitch called for strike 3 for the 2nd out as the Quacking Ducks have arrived.
Now batting, left field.
Now be it for Bobby Miller. So he will go 6 2/3 of an inning. Pitched well, but unfortunately could take the loss or figure a no decision. We'll see.
Now pitching for Oklahoma City.
As Alec Gamboa last night, 1 inning, 27 ERA. Will you cut that out? 14 strikeouts. Opponents batting .500 against righties. Lefties .667. This is his 2nd appearance. Aaron Zabala will be the first to greet him. First pitch called for a strike. Dane Dunning, by the way, closed out last night's win for the Express. Don't know who closed it out today. There's a ground ball over the first to end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go to the E train. We go to the 8th. They're still leading 2-1.
Now pitching for the Express.
JT Shagwell, the new pitcher.
JT Shagwell. Leading off for Oklahoma City, the 2nd baseman, Aaron Bracho.
Aaron Broncho popped down the 1st, struck out in the 3rd, walked in the 5th. Strike 1. Josh Shorbs, the closer, warming up in the bullpen. Excuse me. Wouldn't be surprised if they put Josh Shorbs. That's out of the way. Comets in danger of losing back-to-back road games, which has never happened this year. As it's a fly ball to left field. Left fielder is under it to make the catch for the first out of the 8th.
Now batting, 3rd baseman, David Bodie.
David Bodie, 1 for 3 with a single today. Express lead 2-1 in the 8th. That's outside ball 1. Final stats real quickly before I forget. Winston Santos, 5 innings, 1 run, 4 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Adrian Hauser, 3 hits, no walks, no strikeouts. For Comets, Bobby Miller, 6 2/3 of an innings, 2 runs, 3 hits, no walks, 8 strikeouts. Alec Gamboa retired the 1 batter he faced after his ERA went skyrocketing. Next pitch popped up. Here comes the shortstop for the Express. He'll make the catch for the second out. That would be an infield fly. Nevertheless, it's 2 away in the 8th.
Now batting, the first
That'd be Ahmed who made the catch. Ryan Ward, will you cut that out? 2 for 3 tonight. Double in the second, ground out in the third, single in the 6th. Not a lot of offense, we can safely say, and Sean. As I need to go throw my microphone down the mountain into the cap die. Jack Watt's next pitch is high. I was going to say before the interruption, as we had 12,095 here at Dell Diamond. I was going to mention that we haven't had a lot of offensive firepower here today, as here's a ground ball to Foscue over the first, and that won the inning. 1, 2, 3 go to the Comets. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's still E-Train 2, Comets 1. You know what they say for the E-Train? It's not how you start the series, it's how you finish the series. As Josh Hatcher is up. Gamboa's first pitch.
Off the plate,
Inside ball 1. His pitch. Ground ball. Over the first, 1 away in the 8th.
The center fielder, number 12, Kevin Law.
0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout for Kevin Pillar. First pitch down low for a strike on a cutter. Gamboa's next pitch. Fouled away. 0-2, next pitch.
1 ball.
Outside ball 1. Oh, Sean's back.
I'm sorry.
Who needed you, Sean?
Nobody.
Next pitch. Foul, popped up.
I was away doing something else.
Yeah.
I was really doing something else, and I just picked up.
Tucker Barnhart 0 for 2 today. Strikeout in the second, unassisted ground out in the 5th. I was just talking about, not a lot of fire power in the offensives today. Of course, Round Rock still has their 2 runs they scored in the first. They managed, that swung on a miss for strike 1. Comets have had chance after chance after chance to get the tying run on, but just cannot get them to score.
2 balls.
Let's just say this. This isn't the firepower that we saw for both teams in the early stages of the series. I guess now as we have gone into this later half of the 6-game series, it's just not the excitement. It's not the enjoyment.
And that was caught by Ward. That won the inning. Express down in order, but they're going to have Josh Shorbs, the pitcher. We go to the 9th.
Rally time for the Comets.
Well, they got to get something going. They're down their final 3 outs. No matter what, they still win the series no matter what. That's Josh Short looking for save number 16 on the season. He is 0-2. He got the loss in his last start against El Paso.
Josh Forbes. Gonna be interesting what happens here.
Joe Hudson walked in the second, ground out in the 4th, single in the 6th. This is, by the way, a save opportunity for Schwartz.
Ball 1.
That's low ball 1. Round Rock, I can tell you, will destroy Charlotte. I can guarantee you that for sure. That's swing and a miss, strike 1.
I got a ball 1.
Somehow that really doesn't happen. Then we and I get mad at you.
No, I'm being sarcastic.
You
But
jerk.
remember, there's no implications, as that's high for a strike. There's no implications, because Charlotte's an international league, whereas Round Rock is a PCL team. I mean, go figure.
Come on, man. Why you gotta be rude?
There's a fly ball to right field. The right fielder cannot get the catch. It will be a bloop single.
Jeez.
It will be a bloop single, so a second hit for Joe Hudson, and the tying run is on. But remember, I talked about earlier, every time the Comets have had the tying run on base, they could not score. Keep that in mind. Keep it up.
Well, again, it is rally time. Let's see if they can actually still get a
Armando
rally here.
Alvarez, first pitch called for a strike. 0 for 3, gonna be avoiding, hopefully to avoid the golden sombrero of 0 and 4. Flew out in the second, grounded on the fourth, double played in the sixth.
Wait. You want a golden sombrero?
Give it to Armando Alvarez. He's in danger of an 0 for 4 day. That's called for a strike.
All right, I'll get you a golden sombrero.
Oh!
I'm sorry.
Well, remember this. Josh Shorbs is either going to, as that's outside for ball one, either going to get the save or could be on the line for the loss. Keep that in mind if that is indeed the case. We hope he doesn't get another blown save. Remember, he's coming off a loss against El Paso, as that's outside for ball two. So Josh Shorbs is trying to avoid falling to 0 and 3 with 3 blown saves.
That would be terrible for him to have that happen.
But he gets a swing and a miss for strike 3, so there's the first out of the 9, so that's 1.
Let's see what the Comets can do here.
Livingston struck out in the second, homer in the fourth, flew out to the pitcher in the sixth. This is a save opportunity for Josh Shorbs. First pitch. Down low for a strike. Regardless, the Comets win the series. We still have one more series to go. That'll be in June in Oklahoma City. Yes, that's outside for ball one.
Yeah, I get to have a couple weeks away from you.
Next pitch is down low. Comets head home to host Sacramento before they head out west to take on the Las Vegas Turtles and then the Reno Aces if that's outside. Hunter Freducia on deck. Well, I have to say the Turtles because why not? Just remember in 2019, the only time Oklahoma City lost a series, as that's popped up, but that's heading foul. The last time Oklahoma City did not win a series against Las Vegas or split was the first time Las Vegas was called the Aviators in their first year. They lost the series, but that was a 4-game set. That's ball 4. And now the go-ahead run at first with one away.
Oh, this is bad here for Josh Schwartz.
Schwartz needs to get a double play. That's what he's hoping for. Fiducia's up. 0 for 3 today. That's outside ball 1. Remember the absence of Dalton Rushing, who's now with the Dodgers for the rest of the season, which Sean and I want to wish him good luck. Hope he does very well. I know in real life that's high for ball 2. I know in real life he got his first career major league hit, which one, and say congratulations to him.
Yeah, that probably just happened recently, so yeah, congratulations.
Hopefully he can build that same success with the Dodgers for the rest of the year. So want to wish him good luck. As Bubba Allin on deck, or Chris Allin in the game. The last thing Schwartz needs to do is load the bases. He's got to get a strike. Next pitch. There is that strike I was just talking about.
You say that, it appears.
3-1. Schwartz next pitch. That's ball 4. That looked like strike 2. I'm not going to argue. That was strike 2. I'm sorry. That was not ball 4. That was not ball 4. I'm going to say that was strike 2. That was clearly strike 2.
Clearly in the strike zone.
I can't wait for the challenge system. That's called for a strike. Yeah, that pitch was up high, but it's called in the strike. But that last pitch, that was clearly strike 2. That should have been strike 3, second out.
Yeah.
Nope.
Ball 1. Well, at least Sean is lucky. I agree with that pitch. That clearly looked like strike two. That's a base hit, and that's going to come back to hurt the Express. One run is scored. Another run has scored. Here's the throw at the plate. It is in time. But the Comets take the lead on a 2 RBI double for Alim. But unfortunately,
That's a blown save.
not just that, both starters get a no decision because of this.
Congratulations, you messed up.
The umpire definitely messed up. Oh, this is a good view. Yeah, got him right there in the arm. Got him right there. That was a good view right there from the umpire cam. And now Sorb in danger of getting his third loss. I talked about his loss against El Paso, but keep this in mind. Round Rock is not like a pitcher. It's kind of like a pitcher's park, not a hitter-friendly environment, versus El Paso, which is a hitter-friendly environment. Luis Carvello is the new pitcher for the Express. Now could we see a blown save more likely from the Comets? It kind of happened with Schwarb. Could it happen to the Comets as DePaula gets strike one? Grotto, by the way, is warming up in the Comets bullpen.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll probably see him in the bottom of the ninth now, after which has happened.
Single in the third, flew on the fifth, single in the seventh for DePaula. Remember, the last time Grotto got a blown save,
No balls, 2 strikes.
as Gabarito and Jesse Chavez warming up in the Express bullpen. But the last time Grotto got a blown save was against Salt Lake in a walk-off.
Ball, that's out.
Called for a strike.
That happened.
Especially on back-to-back road games. Because remember, he did not get a blown save. That's called for strike 3 to finally end the inning. But the Comets take the lead when it matters the most. But a questionable ball 4 that should have been strike 2, in my honest opinion. 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, 1 left. 3-2 Comets. We go to the bottom of the ninth.
If Round Rock loses this game by that, I would feel sick to my stomach.
Oh, and speaking of Grotto, there he is to close out the game. Speaking of Grotto,
He'll try to close out the game.
The third baseman, Justin.
Again, if I'm Round Rock, I would feel sick to my stomach if I lose this game.
well, you know another person who's feeling sick is that's outside for ball 1. Another person who feels sick to his stomach, Winston Santos, will get a no decision because of that.
Geez, that was just stupid on this umpire.
Not just Winston Santos gets a no decision. Bobby Miller gets his 6th no decision. Despite pitching well, believe it or not. Rodwell, that's out of the way for strike 2.
That's just disappointing. Disappointing.
Now can the Express get a run back to possibly tie or take the win from the Comets? A lot of drama here in the series finale here at Dell Diamond. Trevor Halver on deck. Three-two. Next pitch for Grotto. Ball 4.
Hold on now.
Trevor Halver, he represents the winning run. Single in the first, strikeout in the third, ground out in the 6th. What was I talking about? The last time Grotterol was in a save opportunity, his only blown save was against the Bees, as that's called for a strike. And I do not remember if Round Rock has played Salt Lake. I don't think they have, if I recall correctly.
Don't think so.
As that's called for a strike. That looked like inside ball, too. Let me know what you guys think about that pitch. That pitch in the top of the ninth in the comments. I felt like that was strike 2. There's a fly ball to right field. DePaula's got it to make the catch, one away. Now, remember, we saw what happened with the Express. Try to close it out. And we saw what happened. Could it happen to the Comets? Comets trying to...
If anything happens to the Comets that just happened to the Express, this would be shocking.
And then Josh Sorb. I think I pronounced it wrong. I think it's Sorb.
Ball inside.
That's ball one. Josh Schwarbs. Okay, thank you. He would get the win. If Round Rock wins this game, he would more than likely get the win.
This game's just a nightmare and a half.
Right now, I believe Alec Gamboa could be on the line for the win because he retired all of his batters he faced. That's that's strike 1. 2 balls and a strike. Ahmed's next pitch fouled away. Now it's 2-2. That's called for strike 3. Round Rock now down to their final out. What a controversial end to what was a very good game between these two teams. Not going to lie to y'all. That was, like I said, that pitch in the top of the ninth, that should have been strike 2, not ball 4. That's why I'm glad we need the challenge system for a really good reason right there, because that was a controversial pitch.
That was straight up.
And there's a fly ball. That's going to do it. The Express had a chance to win the game. Unfortunately, controversy ensues. And just like that, the Comets win it 3-2. Nothing the Express did wrong. It was a controversial move. And the Comets, for the first time this season, will take 5 out of 6. 3-9-0 for the Comets, 2-3-0 for the E-Train. And Alec Gamboa will get the win. Josh Shorbs, not just the blown save. He will take his second consecutive loss in a save opportunity. Because remember, he had the same thing happen to him against the Chihuahuas, and it happened to him here at home. Tough loss for the E-Train. I thought they had this game won for sure to make it 4 out of 6.
That was disappointing.
Yes, it was. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen to them in real life as of this taping. Knowing as of this recording, and by the time you're watching this, it's not happened. So there you go. So there's your stats. Nick Bibson, the player of the game, 1 for 3 with a home run, but that 2-run RBI single for the Comets that put them in the lead for good was the difference maker. And as I mentioned, Curvella, by the way, retired his only one batter he faced. And that's a shame for Josh Shorbs. So let's go ahead and go over the scoreboard for the rest of the International, the PCL. And this is going to hurt Round Rock in the standings. So Round Rock will definitely need to take out their anger management Tuesday against Charlotte. Because remember, both teams are off tomorrow. As I'll go ahead and save this, and we'll go over the scoreboard, and then we'll preview Tuesday's match, the Comets and the River Kids come to town. Here's the games around the rest of the world as we finish up our here on Sunday. Will you cut that out? Worcester beat Buffalo 5-2. Like I said, doesn't matter if the games in real life are canceled. These games, we're just doing this for the fun of it because why not? Because I don't know if you are aware about this. I am going to do 150 games, including the minor league All-Star game, which Sean and I are going to call. That will be the Wednesday after, or the day after my birthday, which I will have it streamed to you here on the Blue Hedgehog TV. And we're also going to be calling this year's All-Star game, believe it or not. So that will be a first for us. Hunter.
I can't wait to do that.
Oh, yeah, that will be fun. Because remember, I haven't been commentating the All-Star game. As a matter of fact, I've never commentated any of the All-Star games, as a matter of fact. But getting back to the Worcester-Buffalo situation, winning pitcher for the Red Sox, Hunter Dobbins, he's 3-4. Adam Ottavino, the former, I think he's the former Express player, got his 10th save on the year. Adam Kaufenstein took the loss. He falls to 2-4. Alex Benlos had a 3-run homer for the Red Sox. Tyler Miller had 2 RBIs for Worcester. Joey Lafodio and Domingo Pomagani had RBIs for Buffalo in the loss. Jacksonville beats Norfolk 2-1. Winning pitcher for the Jumbo Shrimp, Connor Giuseppe, he's 2-0. George Serrano got his first save of the year. The loss went to Coleman Martin. He's 0-6. And yes, I hope we have PCL versus International League. That's what we're hoping for. But all discussions for another day. Shane Sasaki had a 2-run homer for the Jumbo Shrimp. T.T. Bowens had the only home run for the Tide of Norfolk. Durham beat Rochester 8-4. Winning pitcher for the Bulls was Logan Workman. He's 2-0. Alex Fadillo got his 13th save on the season. Clay Helvey took his first loss. He's 2-1. There was no save. Or actually, there was a save. I take that back. Braden Taylor, Cooper Kenny, Logan Driscoll, Willie Vasquez, and Yainer Fernandez had RBIs for the Bulls. Jeremy De La Rosa, Jackson Clough, Andrew Pickney, and Drew Malas had RBIs for Rochester in the contest. Toledo beat Wilkes-Barre Scranton 7-3. Sawyer Gibson-Long got the win, improves to 3-4. Andrew Caffin, his 3rd save on the year. He lost to Michael Raris. He's 1-4. Jace Young, the former Nashville player, and Justin Henry Malloy had home runs for the Mud Hens. Trey Cruz and Bigley Madras had 2 RBIs as well for Toledo. That was the only runs for them. For the Rail Riders, Pablo Reyes, Alexander Vargas, and Everson Pereira had the RBIs for Wilkes-Barre Scranton. Syracuse beat Lehigh Valley 3-2. Winning pitcher for the Mets was Albert Azalea, the former Cub. He's 2-2. 20th save. He's leading the minor leagues, as a matter of fact, of this mock world we're doing in saves at 20. John McMillan took the loss. He falls to 4-4. Luis Verdugo and Buddy Kennedy had RBIs for the Iron Pigs. Ryan Clifford had the only home run for the Mets. Brent Batsy also had 2 RBIs to lead the way to give the Mets the win. Gwinnett beat Charlotte 5-4. That will be Round Rock's next opponent. Winning pitcher was former Express pitcher Inolde Paredes. He improves to 2-4. The loss went to Prelander Baroya. He's 2-5. Owen White got his 2nd blown save. Oscar Colas had the grand slam for the Knights of Charlotte. Also will face against former Dodger Miguel Vargas, by the way, for Charlotte. For Gwinnett, David Fletcher hit a 2-run homer. Luke Williams and Brian De La Cruz had RBIs for Gwinnett in the win. Memphis beat Nashville 4-3, so Memphis won the series against the Sounds. Those are 2 former PCL groups. Bruce Zimmerman took the loss. He's 0-1. Winning pitcher for the Redbirds was Zach West. He's 2-0. Zach Thompson got his 2nd blown save. Caleb Durbin, Brock Wilkins, and Vinny Capra had RBIs for the Sounds. Matt Kolbanek and Jimmy Crooks had RBIs as well for the Redbirds in the win. St. Paul beat Indianapolis 4-2. Winning pitcher for the Saints was Matt Cannittero. He's 3-5. Michael Tompkin, his 13th save on the year. The loss to Chase Shugart, he's 4-3. Home run for Mike Ford, a 2-run blast for the Saints. Brooks Lee, Jake Rucker, will you cut that out? Also had RBIs for the Saints. You want me to get quoted, don't you? Sung Chae Chang and Jason DeLay had RBIs for the Indians in the loss. Iowa shut out Louisville 1-0 as they only scored in the second. Winning pitcher was Cade Horton, he's 4-1. Phil Bickford, his 16th save. The loss to Lyon Richards, he's 1-3. Only run scored in the contest was Moses Ballesteros' home run for the I-Cubs in the win. Omaha falling to Columbus 9-5. As that's, by the way, the last game for the International League. Hooray. Winning pitcher for the Clippers was Andrew Walters. He's 2-0. Sam Henges, his 11th save on the year. The loss to Junior Fernandez, he falls to 3-4. David Fry hit a grand slam for the Clips. Tyrese Turner had a 2-run homer for Columbus. Kyle Manzaro, Jonathan Rodriguez, and Alex Mooney also had RBIs for the Clippers. Nick Lofton, Gavin Cross hit a 2-run homer apiece for the Storm Chasers, and Javi Vaz also had an RBI for Omaha in the loss. Now to our friends, the PCL, that we love to dearly. Reno beat Sugarland 5-2. Connor Graham's got his first one. He's 1-1. John Curtis, his 10th save on the year. The loss to Brandon Walter, he falls to 2-3. Ivan Melendez had two-run homers for the Aces. Jesus Valdez had an RBI for Reno. Jacob Melton and Zach Short had the only runs scored, which were both solo shots, for the Space Cowboys. Las Vegas beat El Paso 4-2. Speaking of El Paso, winning pitcher for the Vultures was Colin Palouse. He's 1-0, his first win. The loss to Brian Hoeing, he falls to 2-2. Talk about another pitcher like the Express who got a blown save. Ethan Salas had a home run for the Chihuahuas. Joshua Mears also added an RBI for the Chihuahuas in the contest. Carlos Cortez hit two-run homers for the Vultures in the contest. Yes, I have to do my overall impression, but that's besides the point. Tacoma beat the crap out of Albuquerque 12-3, but the Isotopes will win the series. That's at Isotopes Park. Carlos Vargas got the win, improves to 4-2. The loss to Carson Palmquist, he falls to 3-2. The save to Shinichiro Fujinama, his first save on the year. I hate speaking Japanese names, but that's besides the point. Mitch Haniger.
Wow, you're going to offend people with that line.
I'm serious. I cannot pronounce Japanese names correctly. I'm sorry. Anyway, Mitch Haniger had a grand slam and an RBI for the Rainiers. Tyler Locklear, Rowdy Tellez, and Samad Taylor added some RBIs for the Rainiers. Ryan Ritter had a solo shot for the Isotopes, and Chris Bryant, the former Cub, also added two RBIs for his third save on the season. Ethan Small took the loss. He falls to 2-4. David Calabrese had a 2-run homer for the Bees. Nelson Rada added an RBI double for the Bees. Hunter Bishop had 2 RBI for the River Cats, and that's who the Comets will face next up. Around the Dodgers organization, Los Angeles Dodgers, after destroying the Angels 16-1 yesterday, well, they took it easy, but still sweep the Los Angeles Angels 3-1. Blake Snell got the winning for 5-0. Thank you for that. Kyle Hendrick, his 6th loss. He's 0-6. Ugh. Dodgers have only gave up 2 runs in that freeway series with the Halos. Only RBI, Taylor Ward had the only RBI double for the Halos, as Kyle Hendricks, 5 innings, 2 runs, 8 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. For the Dodgers, RBI double for Dalton Rushing. Congratulations, Dalton, on his 2-for-4 kind of day. Teoscar Hernandez hit a 2-run homer for the Dodgers. Blake Snell had 1 run, 4 hits, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. As I said, gets the win. Tanner Scott picked up his 16th save on the year. Dodgers sweep the Halos of Los Angeles. They will host the Arizona Diamondbacks tomorrow. Thank you for bringing that up, Sean. Dodgers will be in action tomorrow against the Arizona Diamondbacks. We'll bring you that game right here on 1340 The Game. Tyler Glasnow will pitch for the Dodgers. He'll look to bounce back after a tough loss. He'll take on Eduardo Rodriguez of the Diamondbacks. Of course, the Dodgers have now only lost 1 home game out of this 9-game homestand, if you ask me. Around the Dodgers minor league system, AA Tulsa unfortunately lost the series and got blanked 2-0. Ryan Brady, the winning brings to 3-0. Joe Jacks, the loss, he falls to 4-3. Only runs scored, Diego Hernandez and River Towns home runs for the Naturals. Tulsa lose the series 4-2. They will host Springfield on Tuesday night. Well, the Comets, after we take a day off tomorrow, the Comets are back home to take on the Sacramento Rivercats. A 7:05 first pitch. It's a $2 Tuesday. Gates open at 6. Tickets are available. Call 405-218-2157 or visit OKCComets.com or stop by the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark box office located on South Mickey Mantle Drive. It'll be open tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. We have select drink products, Pepsi products, $2. Comets ales are worth $3. We're going to have a fun time as we welcome the Rivercats, the AAA parent club of the San Francisco Giants. Gavin Stone will pitch for the Comets. He pitched good as he held off the Express on Wednesday. He'll start for the Comets. He's 4-1 with a 4.01 earned run average. Joey Lucchesi will get the start for the Rivercats. Lucchesi, if I look, he is coming off. I'm going to look and see when was his last start. He's coming off a win against the Rainiers back on May 8th. So we'll see how he will do in the series opener against the Comets. Again, a 7:05 first pitch. Gates open at 6 o'clock. If you can't make it to the game, our live coverage will begin at 6:50 with Comets on deck here on 1340 The Game, 1340thegame.com, or on the iHeartRadio app. You can also listen to the game on the Bally Sports Live and the MILB TV for free. Today, the Comets beat the Express 3-2 in quote-unquote controversial fashion, which we can blame the umpires for this when we're off the air. 3 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Comets. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the E-Train. Winning pitcher Alec Gamboa, he's 1-0 per Stargard, his 10th save on the year. Josh Shorbs, the loss, he falls to 0-3, his 3rd blown save on the year. With the win, the Comets have 29 wins. They are 29-16. The E-Train fall to 24-21. Special thank you to Sean for joining me for some of the series, and good night from gorgeous and amazing Dell Diamond in Round Rock, Texas. Thanks as always for joining us. We'll talk to you Tuesday against the Rivercats at Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. You've been listening to OKC Comets Baseball presented by Heartland Flyer.